Balancelot! 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 Copy provided by the publisher. There are a lot of times when a game ends up in my inbox and I have no idea why. This game, Balancelot, out now on Steam. It is $8. I think I know why. Because games that are in 2D that require wheels, I'm pretty good at. Trials Rising, top 1% in the world! So certainly I should be good at this game. And I'm not very good at this game. So it seems like when you take away one of the wheels and give me a lance to hold, everything becomes a lot more difficult. This is a Balancelot! And it is $8. It is on Steam, and it is a very hard to play video game with 2D platforming on a wheel. You have roll forward, you have roll backwards, you have the spear button, spear, 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 and if you fall on your back, you die. And I've played an hour so far and made it up to stage 10. That's insane, considering how good I am at games like Trials. So I like this a lot because I like these kind of games a lot. But good God, this physics-based platforming is giving me a run for my money. Certainly, there are enemies to fight, like this rolling, creepy face thing. I don't even know what that is, but it's creepy. You are Lance here, and your goal is to become a knight, and you are on your way to become a knight, and obviously, obstacles are in your way. So each stage is not super long, but they are super difficult. Now, I've played this one before, so I kind of know what to do, and where to jump, and that kind of thing, but generally, you're going to end up dying quite a bit. So, there is a hardcore mode where you can only die like once, or you have to beat each stage with one life, which I would never, ever, ever be able to do. Thanks, Roly Guy. Sorry to ruin your fun, Roly face tongue thing, but I already died. There are leaderboards, much like Trials, to see how good you can be. And essentially, yeah, the controls are real simple. It is roll, either backwards or forwards. It is use the analog stick to balance. It is jump with the A button. And it is... it's not enough momentum. It's not enough momentum! That sick back bump, bro. And it is X to stab. And you can play with the keyboard. I would not recommend it, but it can be done. I mean, you can play Trials with the keyboard. Again, I would recommend having a... Oh, I managed to live there just barely. With a... That was just a bad jump on my part. Whee! Not... And he's still chasing me. They're still spawning. They're still chasing me. That's really funny. So I'm going to kind of... This is a stage I've already finished. And then we'll hop in a bit later to like 9 or 10 where I have not finished. Or, you know, it gets way more difficult. Now, I will say, the one complaint I have is that each world here, because there are different worlds, each world is about 5 stages, and each world has their own theme music. It gets really repetitive. Oh no! Really fast. So, I recommend perhaps putting on a podcast, or, you know, your own playlist on Spotify, or wherever it is you get your music bit of business to play this, because playing this for an hour and hearing only 2 songs has been very... That was just my own hubris. Is very grating over and over and over. And if, like, they were good songs, like, say, you know, a Mario game would have good songs, then I can understand that. Just head stomped it, curb stomp from the footman, from the foot demon, got curb stomped. And so far, the second song in the second area... Alright, I'm just gonna keep on dying here, clearly. The second song in the second area has been not as bad as this song, but like the first half hour of this song, and that's, you know, if you're good at the game, which for me it's the first half hour. But if you spent like an hour or 2, if you're not as good as I am in this game, and heard this song over and over again, good God Almighty, it's just really... No, you crud. There are collectibles in these stages to collect, if you will. Go! There we go. There we go. So you start learning the, like, tricks and things as you progress, and it does get, like, very, you have to kind of really understand how to mess with the in-game physics here. and like leaning far, far back gives you actually a much higher... I did it again. I did it again! A much higher speed boost. And that is important. So I'm going to head back to the menu here because clearly, on camera, this is not working. So I've beaten that level. I only got one of the 3 things I need to collect in that stage. So I am, as of right now, onto stage number 10. I have not tried stage number 10 yet. I'm trying it here on camera for you guys. Let's see how far I can get in Balancelot! Best in the world! So right there, you can see, wow, that looks ridiculous, right? But if you were leaning far enough back when you're over here, you kind of get just enough speed boost to make it over. Now, I don't really agree with having a snail as an enemy. Like, why attack the snails? I'm a slug, you know, gotta kind of get that out there. And I think the goal here is to do that. But I think it would have been easier... crap! It would have been easier to get that snail shell into the gap there and use that shell to get over. I did it the hard way. And that's not the first time I've done things the hard way. Anyway, that was just real bad. So yes, things, you can see, have gotten considerably more difficult from where I was on stage 4. Now we have these moving platforms. We have these, like, anchovy-ish, like, fish things that, as soon as you step on them, they go away. And that, yep, those things. So here we have, clearly, a dual path. One path, I would imagine, is harder than the other, but we'll try this upper path here a little bit longer. So it does require, perhaps more dexterity than ya boy has as someone who is used to having 2 wheels and not a wheel and a spear. And this song, you know, it's very French. It's very, like, you know, kind of accordion-ish, and I can kind of dig that. But, yeah, the spear will definitely get you caught up if you aren't careful. It will definitely get you all higgledy-piggledy, as they say. Or, well, as someone says on a cartoon a long time ago. Don't mind me, I'm old. Not fall on our back repeatedly. Like, I'm surprised I'm not dead from that, but look. But look, man. The balance here, yeah, so you want to kind of get that spear to where it's... Oh, get there! And then there's fish down here, and yeah, so I'm going to try going on the bottom side, but I don't know how low the fish things drop, right? So that's kind of my concern here, is they drop low enough to hit my head on, and you will definitely find yourself hitting your head on things a lot, but these things are... difficult. They're difficult to deal with. And I found myself dying an awful lot, so I feel like the game wants you... It wants you to go up here and try your luck at the fish in the sky. The sky platforms. That was just my own hubris! Oh my god! Yeah. It's all momentum. It's all, can I get there in the right direction with the right amount of force? And it can get, certainly... I'm just going full force now and just back of your freaking neck with a broken freaking neck. It's one of those games where you can look at the leaderboards and go, man, how do you get good at this? How many hours do you have to spend to get good at this? The skill set. I thought my skill set would transfer from Trials. I got a little bit of my skill set in my balance, being able to do that in Trials, you know, games, but... I think having the counterweight of the giant lance in front of you, I think having to use that as a weapon, which you're not used to in Trials. I mean, unless you played Trials of the Blood Dragon, and do not play Trials of the Blood Dragon, that game's terrible. You kind of get the idea, at this point, what this game is. How much you are down for an experience, such as this, in Balancelot, and again, it's $8, so I don't know how many stages are in it, but considering it took me, who is good at this kind of game, an hour to get through 9 stages, so if you enjoy ridiculously difficult 2D platformers with a pleasant art style, a weird little story in them, and perhaps you're like me and you love games like Trials, and you think you're good at games like Trials, then Balancelot might be right up your alley. Because certainly it's up my alley in what I like to play here on the PC. So then, I'll give this like 2 more shots, or 3 more shots here, and then I will bid you adieu on this channel. But this game is neat. I might play it on a stream, who knows? Dying even more than I would usually die on a stream. That's just, yeah. If you're leaned back far enough, you get more forward momentum. And is that accurate to how actual physics work? Probably not. But in this game, it totally works. It totally works. So I've definitely gotten over obstacles that I thought, wow, there's no way I'll get over that obstacle. And I did, shockingly enough. So, Balancelot, out now on Steam. I am Attack Slug, balancing a lot. I'll see you next time. More videos right here on this channel. And I'm out a lot.